Alright, first thing we're going to look at with regard to the quadratic formula is a problem that looks like this. For the two equations below, determine the number of real solutions. So what that means is we're going to have to use the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac on each of these, and then see what happens with that, and that'll determine how many real solutions we're going to have. So the first thing, let's look at A. The first thing is that we have to have this equation set equal to 0. We have that already, so we can move on to the next step. And the next step is that I want you to go ahead and identify A, B, and C. So in this case, A is going to be 2. It's the coefficient of the squared term. Notice that it doesn't include the p squared, just the 2. And we can say that B is going to be -5, and C is going to be -3. So I've just identified the major players here, A, B, and C, and now I'm going to use those over here in the discriminant. And the discriminant, remember, is b squared minus 4ac. And so now I'm just going to substitute these values into my discriminant. So B, we said, was -5. So I need to do -5 squared. Notice that I've included the negative sign in the parentheses. We want to do -5 squared. That is -5 times -5 minus 4 times A times C. So now I can just do a little bit of simplification. -5 squared is -5 times -5. So that's going to be positive 25. Minus, and now let's do some simplification here, 4 times 2 is going to be 8. 8 times -3 will be -24. So when I do 25 minus a negative, that's the same thing as addition. So I'm really doing 25 plus 24, which is going to give me, when I simplify, 49. So what I can say in this situation is that this will have 2 real solutions, and the reason is because the value of the discriminant, I'll just say because the discriminant is positive. And remember, it's this value that we're looking at, what we get for the discriminant. If it's positive, we have 2 real solutions, like we have here. If it comes out to be 0, we're going to have 1 real solution. And if it comes out negative, we're going to have no real solutions. Alright, let's look at this second one here, and let's see what happens. First thing we need to do is make sure that this is equal to 0, and we see that it is not. So in order to get this equal to 0, I have to get rid of this -8. So that means adding 8 to both sides. That will give me 3r squared plus 7r plus 8 equals 0. Now my equation is set up and ready to go. I want to identify A, B, and C. A in this case will be 3, B is 7, and C is going to be 8. Now I want to know what the discriminant is. The discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Notice that I'm writing that down every time. That'll help me memorize this and allow me to work these problems faster. B is going to be 7, so I need to do 7 squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 8. So a little bit of simplification. 7 squared is going to be 49 minus, and now I have 4 times 3, which is 12, and 12 times 8, which is going to be 96. So 49 minus 96, and what we find there is that we're going to get -47. So that's the value of the discriminant, is going to be -47. So I can come down here and I can say now that there are going to be no real solutions, and the reason there are no real solutions is because the discriminant is negative. Now, the one version we didn't look at here is what happens if the discriminant comes out to be 0. If it comes out to be 0, you will have one real solution, but here it's negative, so we have no real solutions.